हाय एवरीवन, नमस्ते, ग्रीटिंग्स to everyone. आप जहाँ भी हो, जहाँ से भी देख रहे हो, आप सबको मेरा बहुत बहुत नमस्कार. And like I promised in the last video, today I bring you a healthy, yummy, delicious broccoli soup recipe. And for this, you need one large spear of broccoli and cut it into small florets. You need 2 chopped carrots, some green beans, and a potato, 2 onions, and 2 cloves of garlic. And you will also need 1.5 pint of stock. You can use vegetable stock, chicken stock, whichever one of your choice, and I'm using vegetable stock. So to start off our cooking process, we'll need a large pan. I tend to use my pressure cooker without the pressure cooker lid, and to that we will add a tablespoon of olive oil and also some butter, which is optional, but I think it just adds that extra bit of flavour. To that we'll add the 2 cloves of garlic and saute that for a bit, and then we'll add our 2 chopped onions. And once you've done that, give it a nice stir and let that saute for a minute or so. Make sure that the onions don't burn, but just turn translucent in colour. Once that's sauteed, I tend to add my spices because that adds in an extra flavour. So to that I add in about a teaspoon and a half of salt, but you can adjust that to your taste. And then I add a teaspoon of coriander powder and a teaspoon of cumin powder. To that we add some garlic pepper. You can add normal pepper, but I think garlic pepper just adds that extra punch and extra taste. And then we mix it and saute that for about a minute so the spices infuse and the aroma is absolutely wonderful. So keep mixing, and then we add all our vegetables in. I tend to add the vegetables except the broccoli in first, and often I add some mushrooms as well to give that extra flavour, but I didn't have any to hand this time around, so I've added the vegetables mentioned. And then we add the broccoli florets and give it a good mix. Let that cook for about a minute, and then we add the vegetable stock in this case, and like I mentioned earlier, you can add any stock of your choice. I tend to add the first pint and then add half a pint of water in the same container so that we don't waste any stock. It's often helpful to add boiling water or hot water to the soup or any cooking dishes that you use, and the reason for that is it doesn't stop the cooking process of any of the vegetables that you're including. So once you've done that, you cover the pan and cook it for about 10 minutes, and this is what it looks like at 10 minutes. You can see that the vegetables are softening up, and I tend to mash them up a little and then cover it up again until about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's when the vegetables tend to soften up a lot. At this point, I tend to mush the vegetables a little, and a good test that I like to do is mush the potatoes and the carrots, and when they are fully softened up, you know that your soup is ready. And at this point, at 20 minutes, it wasn't as ready, so I covered it up again at 20, and at 25 minutes the soup was so lovely and mushy, and I knew that it was time to get blitzing with my handy blender. And that's what we did. So the blender that I use that I would highly recommend actually is a Kenwood blender, and I bought it about 7 years or maybe even more years ago, and it's brilliant, so I would really highly recommend it. If I can find the link, I will definitely put it in the description box. So getting back to the recipe, once you've sort of started the blending process, keep blending until the soup is blended into a consistency that you desire. And the consistency that I kind of ended up with was like so. And after 25 minutes, voila, your delicious soup is ready. You can serve this with delicious buttered bread, or just have it on its own and it becomes a nutritious, wholesome meal, which myself and my family love, and I hope you do too. So I really hope you enjoy this recipe, and up until next time, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe my videos. Thank you so much. Bye.